These processes pull carbon out of the soil, and many are not aware that the carbon in the soil, in the topsoil of the earth, is 3 to 4.5 times the volume of all the carbon in the trees and the vegetation. Now, deforestation is now responsible for roughly 20% of the CO2 that's being released into the atmosphere every day. So people are coming to grips with the fact that an international agreement to reduce industrial emissions also has to reduce the rampant burning and destruction of forest lands. But there is not yet as wide and broad an appreciation of the fact that in order to solve this, we also have to pay attention to what's happening to the soils. Because when carbon is taken out of the soil, incidentally, anybody ever spend time on a farm? Here, a few. How do you recognize the best soil? What does it look like? It's black. Why is it black? That's the carbon. 58% of the humus layer of the soil is pure organic carbon. And plowing in the old way and synthetic fertilizers and the lack of crop rotation and poor farming practices aimed at maximizing in the short term the yields without giving the thought to how fertile the soils will be the following year. This has put an enormous amount of CO2 into the atmosphere. Now, don't get me wrong, industrial emissions are still by far the largest source. But if we're going to solve this, we're going to have to really get serious about taking on every single component of it. So there's a chapter in here on soil and agriculture and the changes that can be made. And once again, the interconnections are important, because by recarbonizing the soil, putting the black back in the soil, we can increase food security, make the land more fertile, provide new sources of income for subsistence farmers. These are important objectives in and of themselves.